Muddy Waters, born McKinley Morganfield in the heart of the Mississippi Delta. There was something about that land, where the air was thick with the hum of life and labor, and the land seemed to cry just as much as it grew. For young Muddy, these sounds, the work chants and gospel hymns, they were like echoes of something calling him down a road he hadn't walked yet. As the years turned, thousands took the northern rails. And Muddy? He joined that train, carrying with him a guitar and a handful of songs that felt like pieces of his soul. Chicago was different, loud, fast, restless, but the blues found its place in the electric hum of city lights. Muddy plugged in, and that's where the Chicago blues was born, loud and proud, rattling the walls with amplified heartache and fire. It was like meeting the devil all over again, this time with a roar. The rhythm of the blues was as steady as the train tracks that led north. 12 bars like the chug of the train's wheels, a beat that brought people along for the ride no matter where they were from. This rhythm became the backbone, the structure that made each song a journey in itself. And Muddy? He didn't just ride those rails, he drove them. As the blues carved its way through America, jazz began to blossom in the South. Improvisational, lively, a different beast, but with the same heart. Jazz took the blues sorrow and shaped it into something playful, something that could laugh at the devil even as it acknowledged him. But jazz never forgot its roots, and it looked to the blues as a guidepost. You might say it was all part of that deal made back at the Crossroads, a promise that wherever music went, the blues would leave a mark. By the time the 1960s rolled in, the blues was taking on new shapes, bending under the weight of rock, jazz, and psychedelia. Muddy's Electric Mud wasn't a shift, it was a transformation. It was as if Muddy was revisiting that crossroads, this time with electric power, creating a new sound that spoke to a generation lost in its own chaos. A sound that shocked, split opinion, but above all electrified. While Muddy Waters electrified the blues, making it thunder through Chicago, there was another young guitarist in the city who would soon add fire to that storm, Buddy Guy. Where Muddy's sound was soulful and steady, Buddy's was raw, unpredictable, as if he was playing with the devil himself. Buddy wasn't just a student of Muddy's, he was his partner. A young artist ready to push the limits of what the blues could be. With blistering solos and the stage presence of a rock star, Buddy brought the fire of the blues to new audiences, taking the sounds Muddy pioneered and twisting them into something fierce and unforgettable. And just when the blues seemed destined to stay bound to American soil, the sound traveled farther than anyone had imagined. Across the ocean, another generation was waiting. Young men with guitars and a fire in their eyes. The blues was about to make its way back to American shores, reimagined, with names like Clapton, the Stones, and Hendrix bringing it back home. But that, dear listener, that's a story for another night at the Crossroads. They say the blues was born at the Crossroads. But the truth, the blues just kept moving through every road, every journey, every note, and every generation. It was the song that couldn't be silenced. And Muddy Waters? He was one of the few who understood it was never really about outplaying the devil. It was about dancing with him.